Hello guys, and welcome to tutorial number 27. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at rounded edges, and what we're actually going to be doing now is we're going to see how we can actually round off edges of images and some certain elements in while coding. So first of all, what we're going to do is right here within my root directory, I went beforehand and added in two images. So this is a squared image and this is a landscape image. So we're going to see how, or a rectangular image, and we're going to see how we can actually implement this on our site and add rounded edges to it. So let's just go ahead and minimize this. Okay, so let's say we want to add in images here. Okay, so the name for that image is, okay, so first one here is image 1, so we can go ahead and say image 1, and it is a JPEG file, so we just go ahead and say JPG. And always take note, I said if yours is having a PNG or a different file type from mine, you can go ahead and use it, and you don't actually use the one I'm using. So just make sure you check the file type and make sure you're using the correct file type. Okay, so go ahead, save this now, and on our browser you should have an image like this. Okay, so now you can actually see we just have regular you can see here the text is just, oh sorry, rather I meant the image is just having regular squared edges, and the edges are very sharp just like a normal image. So what we can actually do is we can actually round this off to make it look a little bit nicer. So to do that, we're going to make use of a different property. So let's just go ahead and give this a class. We can say squared, since this image is actually squared. So just say give it a class of square, and we can take this class now and place that in here. Okay, so we want to actually style that image using the class we give to it, and to actually style that image so that the edges can actually be rounded, we just make use of a new property called border radius, right? So what the border radius does is actually to make these edges that are actually very sharp now, you can actually turn them and make them a little bit more curved. So to do that, you can just say 20 pixels, and this up, and what this is going to do is going to style every single edge of this picture. So if I go ahead and hit refresh now, you can see now we've got some nice curvy rounded edges to this image, right? So you can see all the edges of this image was rounded. Cool, right? But also you can actually also say, okay, if you don't want to actually round off all the edges, you can go ahead and just make use of a different property. So we can actually go ahead and style, let's say, okay, let's just go ahead and refresh this. You wanted to style only this one, or you wanted to style only this one, or you wanted to style the bottom left or the bottom right, whichever. So you can actually go ahead and say border left, okay, border bottom dash left radius, and this is going to style the border bottom left. Okay, so which is, this is the border, then you want to style the bottom, so which is this one here, and the one at the left. So if we actually work on this now, you're going to see that it's going to style this one here. So let's go ahead and give this pixel of 20 pixels. Okay, save that, come back to our browser, hit refresh, and now you can see the left one was actually styled, right? So it actually got curved. So let's say we wanted to actually, let's say we want to style the border top right radius, and we'll also give that size of 12 pixels. Okay, save this now, come back to the browser, hit refresh, and now you can see we actually styled the top radius, right? The border top radius. So that's actually how you can make use of this. So we've also got the border bottom right, which actually styled this one, and we've also got the border top left, which will actually style this one. So you guys can go ahead and play around with that with those functions and see what you can actually do with that. Okay, so one thing we can actually do also is let me go ahead and add in the second image here. So let me just duplicate this one. Okay, and that should be image 2, I think. Okay, let me actually check that. Okay, so I have the image 2. Go ahead and save this, and let's actually give this the name of rectangle, because it's rectangular image. Okay, go ahead and spell this right. Okay, save that, come back to browser, hit refresh, and now you can see we've got this rectangular image here. So one thing we can actually do is we can actually turn this image into either an oval or a circle, right? So this image here, if we're actually going to try and turn it into a circle, it's not actually going to work because we're having a landscape image here, so it's not actually a squared image. So let's say, okay, so one other thing we can do is we can go ahead and say, to style this, we can go ahead and say, let's just go back to okay, I think I actually took that off, turn this off. Okay, so we go ahead and say border radius, and we can say 50%. Save this, and for the new one we just added this image here, which is having a class of rectangle. So let's just go ahead and put this in here and say using the border radius of 50%, and this up. And if you go back to your browser and hit refresh now, you can see now that we've actually got a perfect circle for this image, right? And for this one we've got a landscape image, and it's actually showing up as an oval shape. And why this is actually an oval instead of being a circle is because if you actually take a look at my image here, you can actually see that the dimension here is showing up as 300 by 300 pixels, right? So this is a perfectly squared image. So if you actually go and round this off, it will be giving you a perfect square. But whereas we're having this one to be 321 by 157, and that's actually not a square shape, so it's actually showing up as a rectangular image. So if we went ahead and round this off, it's gonna give us an oval shape, right? So that's why we're having this as an oval and this as a square. So also we're not actually limited to just using or rounding off images. So what you can actually do is also you can actually go ahead and style. Okay, so let's just go ahead and make a div in here. Okay, just go ahead and save that now. Let's take this out. Okay, so go ahead and select that div, and let's say create a div and give it a background color. Give the background of green. Okay, and give this a height of 200 pixels. We give this a width of 200 pixels also. Okay, and this off, and now we can go ahead and refresh this, and you can see we've got a perfectly squared image, right? Oh, sorry, a perfectly squared div, right? So we can go ahead and round this div off, because as you can see now we're just having sharp edges. So to round it off, we go ahead and make use of our border radius and give this 20 pixels. Okay, save this now, refresh, and it's rounded up, right? So we can actually go ahead and do the same thing where we said 50% on this. Okay, save that, refresh, and we've got a perfect circle. So that's actually how you make use of border radius. And also we can actually still, let's say you wanted to give this, let's say you wanted to make use of let's just go ahead and take this out, and let's say instead we had a border. Okay, so just to make use of our regular border, and we could say give this 2 pixels dashed. Okay, so let's actually make use of dashed, and we could say give it a color of blue. Okay, go ahead, end it off and refresh, and now you can see we've got a perfect circle dashed, and that's it, right? So a blue perfect circle So that's just a little bit of what you can actually do with rounded edges. So you guys can go ahead and play around with this, and now you know how to actually add in rounded images, and you know how to make use of rounded how to actually round off things on your website. So go ahead, play around with this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. That really means a lot to me. So please, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you. Subscribe to my channel and watch another one of my videos, and I'll see you next time.